able to run to the bathroom real quick, so that way everybody was able to know that that was happening. So, welcome back to game number 2 between Red Dragons and Game of Drones here. Game of Drones winning on Villa 6-2, if I'm not mistaken.
6-2 is correct, yes.
6-2. So they are already leading this best of 3 series. So potentially there is a chance that with this next game on Clubhouse, Game of Drones will be in our 3rd place. And sadly, that knocks Red Dragons off the podium. But they have a chance
Unfortunately.
still. Just one game down. They have a chance to
That's
bring
it.
it back here in the next 2.
They're only one game down. It was a rough game, but the Red Dragons did show some promise, and I think they just got to work together here and absolutely storm Game of Drones. Unfortunately, this is Game of Drones' actual map pick. But Red Dragons have picked the side they want to play this map on, so they will have a little bit of an advantage in that sense. But yeah, I think Game of Drones winning the Red Dragons map pick is a good start for them, even though it was a mistake on the Red Dragons part there. But it's just unfortunate. It's how things go. But
I mean, we're still
yeah,
all learning with this. You know, you're learning
exactly.
along
Yeah,
with us. So enjoy
yeah,
that.
exactly. I've put out messages to make sure everyone knows the order of map bans and stuff. So hopefully, when we get to the finals, people will 100% know what they're doing now, and we can get a really tough final. But I do think the Red Dragons can pull this back. They are a strong team, and
Well, I mean,
they've been unfortunate in
yeah.
this competition, but they have they won their first match, and they have won they won a match last Sunday. They can definitely do it.
But I mean, also with just like the last game that we saw, Moody, Dawood, Chris, DJ, and Alice. Sure, at the very beginning of the game, they weren't firing on all cylinders, as you could
Nah,
tell, going
yeah,
down 4-0 in the very beginning. Um, but really being able to get into their stride and come back and really give Game of Thrones something to think about, especially with the performances of Moody and
hmm
Chris. It just seemed like every time you turned around, their name was popping up in the kill feed, and they weren't the ones dying,
yeah,
which is always a good thing. It definitely helps
absolutely.
out your team, but always remember that Siege is a team game. So it's not all about frags. It's about making sure that you play the objective with your team to help your team succeed. But frags never hurt.
No,
So, and it looks like everybody is back in after our
cool.
short little break. So we are going to
Yeah.
go for game number 2 of our best of 3 on Clubhouse.
Let's do this.
Oh, and in case you weren't sure who this is, I'm Lick. Along with me is Magpie again because we heard that you couldn't get enough of us, so we decided to come
Yeah,
back.
that's it. We came back, returned. I did the whole day of hosting yesterday, and I'm still absolutely flipping exhausted. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
no,
know.
it never goes away. It never goes away.
It's insane.
And it looks like Red Dragons are going to be the first ones to ban on attack here, and it looks like Thatcher is coming out, one of our most banned besides the Spaniard known as Jackal. So we might see Jackal get banned here. I'd like to see somebody else other than Jackal get banned on attack. I just want to say it. You know, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, yeah. It's they'll get going. Yeah, the Thatcher's gone. I just looked up.
And it
Yeah,
looks
no, I'd
like
like
the
to see it
Maverick
definitely.
gets taken out
Ah,
here by Game of
ooh.
Thrones, who are starting on attack.
They are on attack. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that is a very
they're
interesting
gonna
pick.
struggle with their
Yeah,
attack. That's strange.
maybe they're hoping they can win this purely on luck, I guess. And it looks
Was that
like
an
they're going to
accident?
take down Legion on defense here with their first defensive pick. I'm not overly certain. I'm just as confused as you are.
They're gonna have a massive problem.
Yeah,
They can't even play Kali here, so
yeah,
I'm
and it
not
looks
sure
like
what.
Clash is going to go down here on defense. So we have two Brits, an American, and Chin- a Chinese operator going down here in our bands. So let us see what our first site will be in this game. I was going to guess it was probably going to be basement. A lot of people typically go to basement, but it looks like it's
Mhm.
CCTV and cache for our first defensive site.
I am so confused by that Maverick ban.
I am too. I am incredibly confused.
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure
sure
what
how
they
to
were
feel about
intending.
that.
No, I wonder if that was an accident. I mean, if that's the case, the Red Dragons had an accident last round picking the wrong map.
Yeah,
The Game of Drones have made an accident here banning the wrong operator. Maybe the Red
for
Dragons
sure.
can capitalize on this.
Maybe, but it looks like Capcan, Mute, Kaid, Jaeger, and Bandit are going to come out here on defense, with Habana, Zofia, Nomad, Buck, and Thermite coming out on attack. So we got the Capcan again, which is always great. We'll see how many people run through those, and potentially how many disappointing end-of-round replays we'll get because of a Capcan trap. Only time will tell.
Defenders,
Yeah.
protect your bombs from
But yeah, I love I love the how everyone ignores the Capcan traps and just wanders through them as if they're, scented candles or something.
I will say this. I'm not sure if many people know this, but in the main room of CCTV, this floor down here is fully destructible. So potentially, with the Zofia and the Buck, they might come down in here, and this part of the first floor on the opposite side of Garage and Stock Room, come down here and open up the floor from below to prevent Bandit from being where he is, also be able to pick up the Kahids, so that way Thermite and Habana are able to open up the floor. That is just my guess, but we're not overly sure how many other people know to do that. So we will just have to wait and see. It looks like DJ is going to take a little bit of splash damage there from the Capcan. It looks like Bernard forgot that the repel has been changed, just like most of us earlier today.
Bomb located by attackers.
And it looks like the main window in a CCTV cache is going to get open here by the attackers here. So far, it looks like our only roamers are going to be Alice over here in bedroom and Dawood over here towards the pool table. Other than that, it looks like all the attackers are mainly going for Jacuzzi. And it looks like Alice is potentially going to get droned out here by at least 2 drones, so she's going to move back towards construction. Another drone's going to come around, and it looks like the Zofia is trying to get some shots off here through the gym wall to see if maybe she's able to get, but sadly to no avail. There we go. Gonna come right into the tracks there, and there we go. Street's able to pick up Alice, but Dawood able to pick up Cinnamon right beforehand to be able to even the game up. One of those air jabs are gonna come out now. I'm not sure why I went to Jaeger. I guess I just wanted you to see him. And it already sounds like Habana's opening up here into construction. It looks like that's gonna move Moody, but he's already into a bit of a gunfight, loses almost a little bit of his health there. And there we go, we have the Habana charges opening up now. And there we go, DJ gets taken out. DJ's able to take down Pig Boy, Bernard's able to take down Moody. Still at a 3v3, this feels very, very even now. It looks like DJ is trying to hold an angle here from Garage. Other than that, Dawood is downstairs, and Chris on red stairs, as we call it, or also eastern stairs. It looks like the Nomad, or the Zofia, is going to try and do some shots, but not able to do anything, while Maddox is going to try and open up the wall here from construction into Cash. It is successful, but we still have Street looking towards Dawood, and it looks like Chris is going to move over into CCTV, and there we go. That's taking out both of those concussion mines, and it sounds like somebody is going to go for some shots here. It's the Thermite. Looks like Bernard's going for the defuse, and I'm not sure anybody knows. So he's probably going to get this off. Chris is going to try and come around. Almost shoots the Jaeger in the head. The Jaeger's going to try and come around, but he doesn't have a good shot. And there we go. Street's able to get Chris. And there we go. The Jaeger gets taken down. So it looks like it is just DJ all by himself as the Kaid closes C4. Sadly, he's not able to get anything done there. And he just leaves the Thermite. Not able to get a good shot, so he's going to try and move around. Pulls out the 44, decides against it, goes back for the AUG. Let's see if maybe he can potentially get over towards the Zofia there, but he finds out that the Habana is just prone. If he knew where she was, he could be able to wallbang her, and he just runs out of ammo before he can get her, and he's at half health, and at this point, he doesn't have enough time to go for the diffuser, and there he gets taken out from the Zofia of Street. So Game of Drones wins round number 1.
And a surprising win for the attackers based on the map, operator bans there. So, yeah, fantastic work.
It looks like they
winning
just
on
completely
organization of frags.
They just gave up the wall. They didn't go for it. They pushed the side that
Yeah.
nobody was prepared for.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a very strange round, yeah, credit to Game of Thrones. If they can win the whole bunch of these attack rounds, it's going to be a massive problem for Red Dragons on their attacks if they can't coordinate the lack of hard breach scenario.
And it looks like we're going all the way down to the basement of Church and Arsenal here on our second round of defense, with Kapkan, Butte, Kaid, Valkyrie, and Jaeger coming out on defense. Lion being swapped over for the Montaña. IQ, Capital, Nomad, and Thermite coming out on attack. It doesn't look like we'll have any 6-picks on defense here. I feel kind of like maybe Bernard has kind of walked into this role of playing shield operators, and so far I have been highly impressed with how he has performed so far, playing on the Montaña and also the Clash, or as I like to call her, the angriest British woman alive. So it's really interesting to see how he's moved into this role. I'm very impressed. So we'll just have to see if he's still got the luck that has been going so well for him. It looks like Moody lining up a shot there onto Chris, but just chooses to not shoot his teammate in the back. It's always a valiant thing that teammates don't kill one another.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
And I'm not overly certain, Magpie, if you happen to have muted yourself, or you just don't find this game as interesting as I do. But so far, it looks like with the round starting here, nothing really transpired. It looks like just a decent amount of droning and seeing if maybe we can pick anything up. But it doesn't look like anybody is really on a roam here for Red Dragons. The only person that I would consider to be on a road is Dawid, who has decided to come up towards Garage. And it sounds like Captain's still placing those Kapkan traps. Cinnamon already into bar here, it looks like, along with Maddox coming up from behind. Pigboy finding a couple of those signal disruptors, and there we go. Street on the IQ, seeing if maybe he can try and pick anything up, and just a decent amount of droning. Doesn't look like Dawid has been found yet over here in Garage, so he might be able to get away. And there goes one of the hatches already from Thermite, and already getting some breach charges to try and open up the floor here. And it looks like Maddox is trying to get some shots down into the floor along with Capital. And I see if maybe they can try and catch anybody, but so far nothing has really happened. We've just got about 1:40 left here in the round, so not much. And it looks like DJ is going to potentially try and trick the hatch into kitchen. But it already looks like the attackers are coming down the main wall. It looks like Bernard's going to see one of those Kapkan traps, and he's going to get saved. And I'm not overly sure if anybody knows what's going on here, but the attackers are already coming down, and it looks like they're potentially going to get the main wall. And there's nothing here to stop it, except for this little mute jammer right here. And it looks like Bernard's going to come around, and there we go. He's going to see the Kapkan, and it looks like, or see the Kapkan, and it looks like the Capital is going to put a firebolt to try and move him off, but the Nomad is coming around. But sadly, they don't realize about what's going on there, and it looks like from a decent amount of intel, DJ is able to pick up Cinnamon, so that is the Nomad gone on a wonderful wallbang. Other than that, it looks like all the defenders are downstairs, except for Dawid, who's all the way upstairs in main bedroom. Other than that, and there we go, Moody's able to take down Pigboy, and they're still trying to be able to get the wall open here, but they just have to get it on the other side. There we go, Street able to pick up a kill onto Chris, and there we go, potentially, now we're getting the wall open here, so it is just a 3v4. And it looks like we're going to try and go and pick up the diffuser. It looks like Bernard's going to do it. Maddox is trying to get some shots off here. And there we go. He's not able to do anything. Bernard loses a little bit of health. Kapkan's able to get taken down here, so that is Moody out. And Bernard's going for the deep diffuser here. Street's able to pick up Alice. Street with a double here, and it looks like he's going to be able to Maddox is going to be able to take down DJ, so it is a 3v1. Dawid full health, but he has to contend with a Monty with just a little over half. Street a little under half, and Maddox, potentially you just have to blow on him to get him taken out. So Valkyrie's going to be able to take down Street here, so that brings it a little even, a little closer. Is he going to be able to take down Maddox? There we go. He doesn't have the Nitro Cell, but he's going to have to try and contest with the Monty, and Monty's able to take him down. So that is round number 2.
Great.
Going to Game of Drones.
And it looked like it could have been a Red Dragons win there. They had an early advantage, but unfortunately they just couldn't pull it back in the end. And as soon as the attackers got the advantage, the defenders were stuck. They couldn't come back from that.
I just want to know, where did you go?
I had to disappear for a second.
I was
Sorry.
so lonely. I didn't know.
I know, I'm sorry. Just talking to yourself.
No, it's alright. It's like I know what I'm doing, so I can
I'm
do
back.
this
I have
just
returned.
all by myself.
It's alright. If there's silence on the other end, just assume that I've had to disappear very quickly.
Now imagine if that happened on my end.
I know. I'd be panicking, mate. I'd be like, I'm on a delay of like 7 seconds. I can't commentate.
Look, we're just staring at the ceiling. We're just staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, it's just, oh no. Not this again.
And it looks like we're going to go back down to church and Arsenal here on defense, with Valkyrie, Goyo being swapped over for the Capcan, Kaid, Butte, and Jaeger coming out on defense. Montagna, IQ being swapped over for the Twitch, Capital, Nomad, and Thermite on attack here. So Bernard coming out big with the Montagna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Montagna is really saving them right now. You know that, as I say, not having a Thatcher or a Maverick on the board, they're having to do some slightly more interesting pushes than we're used to. You know, not getting certain hatches and certain walls, but it's working out for them. I think the defending team just aren't ready for these slightly weirder attacks. Although this time around, they're going to have this. The defenders are going to have an advantage. They've seen the attack from Game of Drones now, and they know they don't have to worry about certain areas like the hatches. So. And also, we saw DJ trying to Kai trick that hatch.
I'm not overly sure. I think he was just waiting to potentially try and get somebody.
Do that? He does. I don't know if he realizes that there is no Thatcher.
Yeah. Well, also, they went for the attackers went for this main hatch here and bar, and then after that, they went for the main wall here that is on the other side of church. So that is what the attackers were doing. So they kind of did, I guess, what you maybe call a little bit of a fake out, to try and confuse confuse the defenders on what was happening here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so far, it doesn't look like we have a deep roam, except from Alice here on the Valkyrie, going up towards Bar. Other than that, it looks like the only other deep roam would be Moody down here in blue, or if I remember correctly, we call Oil Pit. And I go to the wrong person. It's called Utility Room. But there we go. He's getting into a little bit of a fight here with Capital, who is on an upside down rappel, just holding an angle, waiting for Moody to get a little ballsy, maybe a little bit aggressive here and try and contest this, but it doesn't look like he's going to. And there we go, and we've already got movement down in blue. It looks like the Montagna is coming up here along with the Twitch, and he sees the Capcan and the Jaeger, knows exactly what's going on, and it looks like he's going to get another one coming around. It's going to be able to see everything. There's a Capcan trap, and there's a C4, but Monty's able to tank through it. 2 Capital Firebolts are able to push everybody out of blue, but the Capcan is just trying to see what he can do. Other than that, it looks like the Twitch is going to lose a little bit of health, potentially from the C4, and it looks like Capcan's going to throw out one of his impacts here. And it looks like both of his impacts are gone, probably used one to open up the wall. Other than that, it looks like all of Red Dragons have just hunkered down towards site, and everybody is just trying to figure out what they want to do. It looks like Street's going to take a little bit of damage, almost is able to get the Kaid there, but it looks like the Capital's going to come around. He gets his head taken off very swiftly by DJ to bring it to a 5v4, and so far the defenders haven't lost any health. He rips that C4, but it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be there. Bernard's still getting some shots here from Chris, but it looks like Street Rider is going to try and hold a bit of an angle, wait for the Capcan to push it, but it doesn't look like he's going to. And there we go, Cinnamon on a long rotate, but he doesn't notice that Alice is coming up, but he's able to save it just in time. And there we go, the Jaeger's able to pick him up in the middle of a reload, so he's not able to finish it off. So it is now a 4v3 with just the Twitch, the Thermite, and the Monty alive. And it looks like Maddox is going to come back around from behind. And so far, it looks like everybody's just going to be focusing on blue here. And there is the Twitch down. And there we go. DJ gets taken down here by the Thermite. It looks like the Monty's going to be all by himself here, trying to combat here with the
Diffuser has been dropped.
Capkin, and it looks like
15
Chris
seconds
gets
left.
taken down here because of a Capkin trap, and Chris is able to get a double as he takes out Bernard. So now Red Dragons wins round number 3.
Yeah, better defense there. They definitely had a better hold on that, and blue is pretty weird push. It's pretty hard to do. So yeah, I'm not surprised that Game of Jones didn't manage to pull it off. I kind of assumed that's where they would go next based on their like church push last time, but yeah, blue push has got too many rotations to watch out for, too many weird places, not really anywhere to sit and hold angles. It's pretty tough.
I think the main thing that was the downfall of Game of Drones in that round was Cinnamon getting caught in the middle of a reload.
Yeah.
Because he was coming
Absolutely,
around
yeah.
on that rotate to try and come up from behind, pull off a flank, potentially be able to secure anybody trying to move between the two sites. And sadly, he was in the middle of a reload, got taken out.
Yeah.
And it
Just didn't quite work out.
And it
Yeah,
looks,
it's a bit of a shame.
And it looks like we're going to CCTV and Cash Room with a Valkyrie Capkin being swapped over for a Goyo, Kai, Bandit, and Pulse coming out on defense, with Ibana being swapped over to the Montana, Zofia, Capital, Nomad, and Thermite coming out on attack. So far with the Thermite, or I'm sorry, not the Thermite, but with the
Defenders,
Thatcher
protect your
and the
bombs from
Maverick
being defused by
being
attackers.
banned, so far it doesn't really look like Game of Thrones has had any hindrances in how they've been attacking these sites. It might be interesting to see if they
Bomb
potentially,
located by attackers.
do the same push that they did over here from Jacuzzi, or if potentially they might go downstairs and try and move the Bandit. But we will just have to wait and see when they get on the board here. And speaking of getting on the board, we're going to bring up the scoreboard here for you to be able to see. And it
10
looks so
seconds
far
left
like a
before
decent
insertion.
spread of kills amongst every team member here on both
5
teams.
seconds to go.
Big Boy and Alice, the only one without a kill on their team respectively,
Attackers'
but
objective
still
is to defuse the
coming
bomb.
into the support here with a couple of assists apiece. And it looks like we have a pretty solid setup here. I like the Goyo shields here, one back to back, to try and prevent any movement coming around here. And it looks like Bernard's already going to be trying to come into the building here from Garage. And he's going to notice the Goyo as he's trying to take him out there. And Goyo looks like he's just going to run away. And it looks like he has the extended barrel on that Vector. So maybe he's trying to get... try and prevent some of the drop-off that he's got there. And he's also got the Goyo shield just waiting for the Monty to come push up. And already looks like Zophia's lost a little bit of her health here. And it looks like we're going to go for a push here from down in Garage. For some reason, Thermite goes for the only wall that was reinforced. But other than that, they still have the Goyo shield. Bernard's going to have to try and get around that. He gets his little feet a little toasty there. It looks like Street Rider's going to take down DJ to help his team come out front here, but they still have to take out that Goyo who's watching the main window. And it looks like a concussion grenade is going to come out here from the Zofia. And there we go. Chris is able to take down Pig Boy. So that is the Capital gone. Hopefully he was able to get off one of those bolts. It looks like the Zofia is trying to put some shots onto him, and Bernard's going to drop that shield but lose a little bit of health. And other than that, it looks like Thermite's coming down from behind. It looks like Cinnamon's going to try and shoot from below to see if he can get anything. Other than that, it doesn't really look like much movement. Zawid is the only one here on red, and it looks like Maddox is going to potentially go up and go for the main wall here. And there we go. Street's able to take down Chris, so that is the Goyo gone. Sounds like Alex rips the C4, isn't able to do anything. But there we go. Moody takes down Cinnamon, so that is the Nomad gone. And other than that, it looks like somebody's going to try and come through the window here. Street's able to pick up Alice, and he's on a triple. Can he make it a ace here, potentially? I mean, he's got the Pulse here who's playing down below, so they're not overly sure where he is. Maybe if they would have had an IQ, they would be able to find him. But it is just a Bandit of Dalwid on site, and he gets taken out here from Street with a quad. And he is just a little bit left on health, and it looks like Montana's going to pull the stairs here. And here comes the Pulse, maybe potentially going to get the Montana, but it looks like he decides to turn around, and there we go. Montana is able to come up and take out the Pulse to win round number 4. So sadly, we don't see Street get another ace.
You're so close, but still, Street getting another 4K, fantastic work. I mean, he's just really, really working hard in this tournament. Especially these finals, he's really stepping up. Pig Boy not having a great game at the moment. I think maybe he's been tilted by the caster game. Who knows?
Potentially. Um, I do want to say, um, Street so far has been phenomenal every single time we've seen
Oh
him
yeah.
come in and play. Actually, in the last game, if you were watching and looking at the comments at all, we actually had somebody say nerf Street Rider. I completely agree with that. He has been on fire. I just want to bring up the board here real quick one more time. He is at 9-2, and there's only been 4 rounds played.
Yeah.
He
I
has
think when
been.
Street gets going, he really gets going.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he's having, it just needs like one little sort of catalyst, and he's just like popping up everywhere, and you just can't stop him.
I almost wonder if he just has like a giant bag of cocaine next to him that he just buries his face in before the round starts. You know, just
Yeah.
let's do it. Like that's kind of what I feel like is happening for him. Because I mean, just like the energy that he's got when he comes in and plays, once he
Raw
gets going,
energy.
it's just very, very impressive.
I'm
And-
pretty sure Street is just a ball of raw energy anyway. He's not
Probably.
actually a human. He has no human form. He is just...
He's just cocaine personified. That's literally all he is.
By attackers.
But it looks like here on round number 5, we are going to go to gym and bedroom with the Bandit, Mira, Jaeger, Castle, and Valkyrie here on
10 seconds
defense,
left before
along with the Hibana, Capitao, Zofia, Nomad, and
5
Thermite
seconds
on
insertion.
attack. And it looks like DJ almost used that last armor panel of his to
Attackers are
get
heading out.
Mira blocked into the bathroom, but she's going to decide to use one of her own barricades and just punch out a little hole so that way she can see what's going on from construction. Alright, it already sounds like Hibana is using some of those pellets here. And it looks like she's going to open up the wall that leads outside from construction, at least just a little bit. And it looks like Chris is going to go for a double Mira here in the bathroom, which is he's been kind of doing. And he's going to open up one so that way he can shoot out once that wall gets open and use the other one to be able to peek. Other than that, so far nothing has really happened here in the round. Not much movement. Bernard holding a fantastic angle here into construction. And it looks like we're just going to do a little bit of droning. Street just knife in the air, hoping he can be able to kill somebody. And Pig going for a couple of shots, see if maybe you might be able to pick somebody up. And it's potentially the Alice. Looks like she gets droned out here. But other than that, doesn't look like much movement. Dawood, one of my favorite players right here. I just want you to see him be on cams, but he uses it for a run out potentially. Is he going to be able to get it? And he's able to get it, so that is straight down. So he's not able to come out and be a huge player for his team this round. Dawood using those cams like they should be used for. Other than that, it doesn't really look like much has happened. It sounds like the Zophia's getting into a gunfight over here with Alice. But it doesn't look like any damage here is done, and there she goes. Pig Boy just missing, taking a little bit of his health out. Also, just missing the Valkyrie once again. Valkyrie just getting away with everything. And it looks like they're going to try and open up the wall here from logistics. So that way, Alice has to fully push out. Pig Boy's actually finally able to take down Alice to even it up to a 4v4. Cinnamon just going to try and see if he can drone out and finds the bandit over there at the jacuzzi wall. Not really able to get much of an angle here. Potentially might be able to shoot his foot, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. It looks like Hibana is going to use the last of her ex-Pyros here to open up the wall from logistics into bedroom. It looks like Maddox is going to try and hold an angle here. Let's see if he's got an exothermic. Yes, he does. Looks like he might potentially go around the other side. Zofia taking a little bit of damage. Just misses the beat of Castle and able to finish him off for a 3v4. It sounds like somebody potentially ripped a C4 there maybe, but it looks like Chris is going to be all by himself, stuck here in the bathroom. Uses the C4, sadly he's not able to get anything, but it looks like Dawood's going to try and come around on a long roam here. Pig able to pick up Chris, Moody able to pick up Cinnamon, so it is just the GSG9 operators, and Moody's able to pick up Bernard on a double with just 10 seconds left. Dawood's able to pick up Maddox to bring it to a 2v1, so it is just the Zofia Pig. She gets taken down by Moody for a triple here on the round.
Wow.
And it looks like Red Dragons are coming back.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was a fantastic. But you know what? That was the defense round should have been a lot easier. These were rounds where the defenders didn't have to deal with a Thatcher or a Maverick, and they lost the majority of them. So I think at this point, Game of Drones have a massive advantage. You have the advantage being on defense anyway, and with those operator bans, just doubled the advantage. I think the Red Dragons are really going to have a big problem now. That was a much better round for them though, and they definitely did step up their game. Moody really doing a good job, and same with Dowd. But yeah, it seems like they could run away with this Game of Drones.
There is a solid chance, and I'm not overly certain if potentially we happen to have a disconnection error here with Street Rider, because it doesn't look like he is in the match. If you wouldn't mind sending potentially a message to see what is going on
Well, we
there.
carry on as normal, and that is part of the guide.
I figured as much. I don't want to do another rehost. We've already did on it once. I don't feel like doing it again. But if you wouldn't mind trying to see if there might be a solution to this issue, at least on his end, so we can get him back in here, because without him, this is going to be a very difficult game for Game of Drones, and it looks like they're just waiting for him to come back into the lobby here. So we're just going to be sitting out, waiting,
Hold
see
on for a
what
sec.
we can get here. And it looks like on the swap here, we're going to go down to Church and Arsenal with the Kaid. Street trying to come in, so hopefully he's able to pick an operator. Maestro, Mira, and Jaeger on defense with Habana, Jackal, Thermite, Twitch, and Gridlock on attack.
So it seems like Street's saying that it says he's loading in.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens, see what the thing decides. Let's keep an eye on those. What's going on, and just in case we do have to rehost.
Could
Hopefully we
you
don't,
write down
I
operators?
have got it.
Okay, and because we can just come back into this spot, so that way we don't have to replay all of this, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got that recorded. So,
Okay.
what's it looking like now? Is he still loading in?
Yeah, it still looks like he's trying to get in here. We haven't had any movement on my end at the moment, so.
Okay. Just give it give it a minute or two, and then if it's...
And Street has left the game. Hopefully he'll be able to try and come back in here.
Attackers need
Yeah,
to
so we're going to play one
locate
round as
as many
normal,
bombs as
and
they can.
hopefully he can get back into the game.
So sadly, Game of Drones is going to start off the defensive rotation here without their top fragger. So we will see exactly what happens in this round. Hopefully it is not really a disaster, I want to say, for them. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give them the chance to get back into this game. If he doesn't, then we can rehost at the end. But yeah, this is how the rules are. I believe this is the ESL rule that disconnect. Carry on playing.
So it looks like with the loss of one of their players, Game of Drones, it looks like Street's back in. Sadly, he's not able to play this round, but he will be on cams to support his team, which is good, so we don't have to worry about potentially trying to do a rehost if necessary. So we've got this all good to go. So it looks like the Twitch drone from Dawood is going to come in here, potentially see if they can find any Valkyrie cams or maybe something else. It looks like we're going to find the Maestro. So it's going to take that out there. And there we go. The Maestro cam's gone. So that way the Hana and the Thermite are able to do something. But it looks like an impact comes out and Jackal is going to be able to get somebody tracked. And I'm not overly certain who it is. It might be the Jaeger here. It doesn't tell me who it is, so that is very sad. But so far, it looks like there is just a solid bunker going on here. And it looks like Pig's able to go for another impact trick. Pig has been doing a fantastic job on this.
A bomb has been located.
And we still have one exothermic charge left here, and it looks like Pig still has one impact grenade. And it looks like he's going to try and go for the thermite. Sadly, he doesn't take him down, but it looks like he takes off a decent amount of the thermite's health here. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And it looks like the Gridlock is just opening up the floor, seeing if maybe they can find anything. Just able to see somebody, but they get taken out, and I do believe that is Pigboy, but Dawood is able to take down Bernard to have it be a 4v3. It sounds like the Thermite's going to go for the charge, and there we go. The impact grenade comes out, And what that does is it takes out the exothermic charge, and I don't know if Hibana has used all of her X-Kyro. She's only used one, so she might be able to get that hatch. It looks like it's just the Maestro, the Mira, who has a solid angle here on the Hibana, but sadly that vector is a little hard to control. Not really able to get a shot. It looks like Big Boy's going to potentially try and come around and help out. Dawid's going to be able to take down Ullr Cinnamon, so it brings it to a 4v2. And it looks like the play is going to be over here in Church. We have Dawid, DJ, Alice, Chris going down in here, and Maddox is going to try and come around as smoke comes out. DJ's going to put down the diffuser. And there we go. Big Boy's able to pick up DJ. Big Boy's able to pick up Alice for a triple kill. Maddox is able to get Dawid, so it's a 1v2 with the diffuser down. I'm not sure if it's being used here, but it looks like Maestro's going to try and come up, go through those little tracks there, and take some damage, but he's going to take out the not the C4, but the Claymore here. Looks like Chris is just going to have a little bit of a challenge here because he is all by himself, and it doesn't look like the diffuser was able to get down. So Chris is going to be by himself. He's got 6 seconds, and there we go. It looks like the Maestro is able to get him from the hatch that was opened up. Wow. So it looks like the attacker's opening is also the attacker's downfall.
That was a massive advantage for the attackers as well. Like, not only were they a player up from the start of the round, they actually physically had more players in the game at one point, 4-2. But they all bundled together in sight, not holding the right angles, and Game of Drones just came in and swept. 2 kills from Pigboy, 1 kill from Matix there that just won them the round. Fantastic work by Pigboy and Matix.
I just want to show this off real quick. 9 for Street, 7 for Pig, 4 for Bernard and Maddox, and 1 for Cinnamon, and then 7 for Dawid, 6 for Moody, 4 for DJ, 3 for Chris, and 0 for Alice. So it looks like there's a little more even spread when it comes to Game of Drones.
But Pigboy really did. He was starting off not great. And he started off not great, but he's starting to get into the game now, and he's starting to pick up those kills, and that was a fantastic round for him. He's going to feel very confident. Not only do we get to see Pigboy impact trick again, we actually get to see him fragging out when his other fragging teammate Street Rider is not around.
Attackers need to locate
it might just be, Bomb Spaghetti is just, pumping him full of justice and, just ready to go for it. I say that because he's playing Maestro, who's Italian. So yes, I'm making fun of the Italians. What are you gonna do? Fight? I don't always make fun of Italians, just occasionally, alright? Calm down.
Cover the location of a bomb.
And it looks like we're gonna come up to CCTV and Cash here on round number 7. So potentially this will be Game of Drone shot to be able to come away with another 6-2.
5 seconds
and it looks like we've got the Valkyrie, Maestro, Castle, Bandit, and Jaeger once again coming out on defense, along with the Hibana, Thermite, Twitch, Sledge, and Gridlock coming in from attack here. And it doesn't really look like the main push is going to be the main wall over here that leads outside of CCTV, but it looks like DJ's going to place a Claymore outside of the garage door. But then it looks like C4 or maybe an impact gets used. I'm going to guess that is the impact there from Maestro, so now he's down 1. But other than that, it looks like Bernard is going to be on a fairly deep roam along with Street Rider. The Street Rider's going to be a floor up, while Bernard is going to be a floor down. And it looks like Street Rider's getting into a fight here. And there we go! He misses around, but he comes back in style, and he's able to take down Chris. And that is the Sledge gone. Hopefully he was able to use a set of his C4s. And it sounds like the Hibana is trying to get Street Rider along with Moody. It looks like they're just going to do some shots here and see what happens, but so far it looks like Street Rider's doing a very good job. Sounds like Hibana was using one of her pellets here, potentially to try and go for the wall here into construction to try and get behind Street Rider. And it also looks like we have some movement over here coming around to try and get this main wall. Street Rider comes back with a double, able to take down Alice, so that is the Hibana gone. Now it looks like Moody is going to be one of the only people over here who's going to use one of those track stingers, but also he has to not only compete with Street Rider, but he's got Bernard coming up the stairs. And Moody's going to be able to stop Street Rider, but while they're in the middle of a reload, reload's going to get taken down by Bernard. So it's a 2v4, and it looks like he's going to have to reload, potentially become a victim of the same thing, and he gets taken down by the Twitch of Dalwood. So it's a 2v3. Big Boy is able to take down DJ, so now it is just on the back of Dalwood on the Twitch here, having to go up against the Full Health Maestro, Full Health Castle, and Full Health Bandit, who still has a C4 and also an impact left on the board. And I don't think that Twitch has any breaching rounds. So she's going to have a difficult time trying to get through this castle barricade. Other than that, we'll have to see exactly what happens. So it looks like we're going to try and go through construction here. Like I said, they're going to have to compete. That castle barricade, going to walk into the bandited wall just a little bit. Going to take out the barbed wire, but it looks like everybody knows what's going on. It looks like Cinnamon's got a shot there on the feet. It also looks like Maddox through a C4 is just waiting, but it looks like the Twitch, with about half health gone, decides to run around and go around the other way. And to see if maybe they can try and get the kills here. Comes up the stairs, not able to get the castle, but the castle gets hers. So Game of Drones comes out, wins round number 7 to bring it to 5-2.
Yeah, this is looking like the Game of Drones really do have this advantage. You know, maybe banning Maverick wasn't that bad for them after all. They really did manage to play their attacks with that disadvantage and win. And so this is where they're going to now capitalize on the Red Dragons just not being able to push that effectively. And we know the Red Dragons, they tend to go for the standard sort of ranked sort of play that we use. And the Game of Drones like to do, push things and do things slightly differently. And I think this is now really showing that the Red Dragons can't push without one of those operators.
I did bring up the scoreboard not too long ago. Even with missing one round of this game, Street Rider still breaks double digits. It's just this man just cannot stop pulling
playing
that
fantastically
trigger.
well.
He's doing a fantastic job, and it looks like potentially our final round, we are going to gym and bedroom with Valkyrie, Mute, Bandit, Castle, and Jaeger coming on defense. Habana, Sledge, Zofia, Thermite, and Gridlock coming out on attack.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
It looks like they've decided to forego the Mira, or I think that was actually before the swap here. Yes, because it was Chris that was on the Mira, so never mind. I'm talking about something that happened with a different team. Don't worry about me. It's okay.
Device placed.
This is like it's going to be probably a win for Game of Drones on this round. They're doing actually pretty standard defense here, but I think that's all they really need to do because, as I say, the Red Dragons can't get rid of those bandit batteries that easily. There is no Twitch, and they have a maybe the Sophia, but
I was about to say, do you want to find out a really fun thing that you can do on this map? All right. So that way we can get the jacuzzi wall without actually having to use like a Thatcher or anything. You just come down into bathroom and you want to come all the way towards the little end here, and you can shoot up through the floor, sneak a Thatcher underneath the floor, and be able to take out bandit batteries from below.
Thatcher?
Yeah, you can do that.
We don't have a Thatcher.
I know we don't have a Thatcher, but but also, if I remember correctly, I do believe Zophia's charges, there's still like enough concussive force to be able to blow up through there.
Maybe from the drone hole.
Oh, for sure. So, but you just have to be able to get it just right. So it looks so far like the attackers are trying to move into the building, but so far we're just hanging out. It looks like Bernard's going to be our only one for Game of Drones on a roam here, and he's going to be down in bar. And apparently he didn't want to take out the jukebox because he likes what the jukebox is playing. So it looks like we are just going to hang out here. And Alice, Moody, and Chris are already in. And it looks like Street Rider's going to be all by himself here. But he's going to have a little bit of backup here from Cinnamon. Potentially he's going to be able to get the Habana if maybe the Habana makes a move. Chris is going to try and come up from behind. And there we go. Cinnamon's able to take down Chris, so that is the Castle who's able to take them down. Street Rider's able to take down Allison. There we go. It looks like Street Rider gets a second one onto Moody, and already it is a 5 v2. Just the Zofia and the Thermite left. This round does not look like it is going to go Red Dragon's way. And Street walks away somehow with over 25 left. It looks like Zofia's going to try and open up that main wall here and try and take out the Bandit battery, so that way the Thermite's able to get Jacuzzi, but he looks like he's going towards CCTV. They're trying to keep some shots in there, or try and protect the Zofia. Other than that, it doesn't really look like Street's going to do anything. He's going to hold this angle that he's got here in cash. Other than that, it looks like we're just going to be on cams and holding angles, and there we go. It sounds like the Thermite charge is going to go down, but I'm not sure if it got tricked. Nope, we still got two of them, and it looks like DJ is going to try and move the Bandit there. And there we go, the Thermite goes for it. Let's see if Pig's able to stop it. Nope, Street Rider's able to pick up DJ, so he's got it tripled. It looks like it is just the Thermite all by himself trying to contest and go up against this Valkyrie and Bandit combo. But he's got 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is the end of the game. And
Wow.
Game of Drones
There we go.
Out of time.
wins our third place spot against the Red
Yeah.
Dragons.
And it's a massive shame for the Red Dragons. I think they fought hard this tournament, and they did have a pretty good team going, but I just don't think it worked out for them. I think, unfortunately, just timing of games and stuff like that, and they just haven't managed to pull it back. But well played to the Red Dragons. Commiserations on getting that fourth place, but also congratulations to Game of Thrones, who reached that third place, which is exactly what they wanted after their losses yesterday.
It's just fantastic. It's sad to see Game of Thrones for most of this tournament be in one of the top spots and then get knocked down, but then be able to win 2 6-2s back to back and be able to come out with the third place. So at least they still get to stand on the podium. They still get to have a little ray of sunshine, and I guess you could call it their little bit of darkness. But they are able to come out here on top, at least in this manner. So thank you very much. I have been Lick. Along with me has been Magpie. You just watched Game of Thrones win 6-2 on Clubhouse versus Game of Thrones to win our third place spot. Are we going to take a little bit of an
We're going to take a break. We'll be back at 4 o'clock, so we've got a little hour to just chill out and collect our thoughts.
And that will be the final best of 3 that we have for first place and second place versus Mozzie Osbourne and Santa Loves Orange More. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want you to miss that game. So tune in to Siege and Such and be able to catch the final. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful day. We will see you in the next one.
Au revoir.